Take on the Rockies. D-Train, give me a quick thought on Emmett Sheehan, what you want to see from him.
Man, throw strikes and be aggressive. And like I said earlier in the show, do your best to get that hot offense back in the dugout. Continue to score runs like they've been doing for you.
All right, Dodgers and Rockies. Let's send it upstairs to Steven and the father of the Rockies starting third baseman, Ike.
Thank you, John. Heroes, brought to you by USAA. It's the first of three for the Dodgers and the Rockies. Let's say hello for the broadcast booth. Next to Eric Karros, I'm Stephen Elson. Kirsten Watson is in the Dodger dugout, but EK, the Dodgers back home after a really successful road trip.
Yeah, really a great road trip. Started off with the Angels, but then you got to face two of the best teams in all of baseball, and the Dodgers did a great job. Went in and handled business, played very well. The offense was outstanding. You see, they outscored them 57-17 on the road trip. But what was impressive is they did it in different ways. Walks, power, the pitching was outstanding as well to limit the team starting pitching, and of course the bullpen. I mean, we can't say enough about how good this bullpen has been. 38 straight scoreless innings, and it's not relying on just one or two guys. It is the entire group that has gotten hot all at once and has made this Dodger team basically invincible.
Yeah, the cast has changed, but the results have not for the Dodger bullpen, the most successful run in franchise history. Well, as now you get ready to start this series against the Rockies, they're still waiting for Max Muncy to come back, Kirsten Watson, but a fan favorite is definitely back tonight.
Yeah, Stephen, the big news is that Kike Hernandez has been activated off the IL this offseason. He had a surgery on that elbow. He described it as with a pain that was so severe that it felt like whenever he was in his batting stance, there was a blowtorch that was blowing on that elbow. Of course, the surgery was very successful. He's back. He's playing third base today. He's going to be at third today as well as tomorrow. Then the hope is that Max Muncy should be back out there on Wednesday, guys.
That's great news all around, Kirsten. Kike Hernandez in his 2026 regular season debut, trying to help out the cause of one Emmett Sheehan, who takes the ball for the Dodgers in this series opener. They've won 3 consecutive series. The Rockies have lost 8 straight series. Game 1 gets underway next. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack of the Box. Jack's new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal with a chance to win the $75,000 prize for Jack's 75th anniversary.
Kickoff has run the offense second in runs per game. The pitching staff first in ERA, but as we saw last month, Jerry, you can't overlook this Rockies team. Dodgers went to Colorado on the heels of winning 10 out of 12. Then they lost twice to the Rockies, so a chance to maybe get a little bit of payback in this series against the Rockies and take care of business.
We say it all the time, really, since Mookie Betts said it. It's every team's World Series when they play the Dodgers. That's just a fact. You got to be able to play your game, play your A game, no matter who you're playing. Tonight, it's the Rockies. You know what? They're playing better baseball. So this is a different Dodger team that the Rockies saw. I feel like the offense is going to overwhelm their pitching staff and really win that battle and take the series.
The Rockies have been struggling a bit over the last month or so coming into the series. Emmett Sheehan and the Dodgers taking on the Rock Show in Kike Hernandez's return. Coming up next.
Cola in original.
Back, world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. The real sourdough star is back at Carl's Jr. Get it for just $5.99 for a limited time. And by your Southern California Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. First day of the homestand, it is Dave Roberts bobblehead night here at Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium. And to get things kicked off on the field, a special ceremonial first pitch. Dave Roberts receiving one from a future pending legend of Dodger baseball, Reggie Smith. Mr. Smith will be inducted into the Legends of Dodger baseball later this summer on August 15th. But Dave Roberts wanted him to be a part of his bobblehead night as well. After they left the field, the Dodgers took the field. Number 8 back in the lineup for the first time since Game 7 of last year's World Series. Kike Hernandez for the first time in 2026 out on the field for the Dodgers, playing at third base in place of Max Muncy. Time now for Range Rover Sport Engineered to Win. The last time Emmett Sheehan took the ball here at Dodger Stadium, he won. That was against the Giants, but whenever he has taken the ball against the Rockies, EK, more often than not, he has won.
Yeah, he's fared well against his Rocky ball club, and one of the reasons is he's been able to get them to swing at just about everything. They do that inherently, but again, he's been able to be around the zone, gets them to chase quite a bit. It'll be interesting tonight because this is a left-handed loaded lineup, and he has struggled a bit this year against the left-handed hitters.
5 starts against Colorado, 4 wins. First-year manager Warren Schaefer going with this starting lineup for the Rockies. Jake McCarthy, the former Diamondback, will lead off at center field. Hunter Goodman, an all-star last season behind the plate, bats second. TJ Rumfield, what a story he's been at first base. Tyler Freeman will clean up in right. Troy Johnston in left. Willie Castro, the veteran utility man, will be at second base in the final 3. Tovar at short. Thompson, the DH. And Karros at third base. All right, here we go. Emmett Sheehan's 10th start of the season begins now with his first pitch to McCarthy. Fouled back, strike 1. McCarthy hitting .277 this year and close to .300 the last 3 weeks or so. Sheehan's 0-1. Strike 2. Last Tuesday in San Diego, Sheehan pitched just 4 innings, gave up 4 runs on 5 hits, including a pair of 2-run homers. Walked 1 Padre and struck out 4. The Dodgers rallied to win that night. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and an out to begin the evening for Emmett Sheehan.
Emmett works ahead, gets him 0-2, and then goes out of the zone. And that's one of the things that he's going to be able to do tonight is expand that strike zone. And as long as Colorado chases, he's going to continue to do so.
1 strikeout down, 6 more to go to get 7 total and get you a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow in Los Angeles after you buy a large drink. Strike 1 to Hunter Goodman. Excellent curve to get a whiff in strike 2.
Well, good sign for Emmett. First 2 hitters he's worked ahead. Both in 0-2 counts, and again now he has an opportunity to expand the zone.
Paints a fastball for strike 3.
Emmett does a nice job of just staying away from Goodman the entire at-bat. Wears out 2 pitches right on the corner. That second pitch, the curveball, he got him swinging. Really a nice job of pitch location for Emmett.
Ball 1 outside to TJ Rumfield. First pitch he's thrown, Sheehan, that has missed the strike zone. Rumfield pulls it down the right field side, but it hooks foul. StatCast 3D is powered by Google Cloud. This is what Sheehan has been working with this year.
Well, the 4-seamer and slider are really the main pitches. When he's got that slider going, very tough to attack. Mix in the changeup and the curveball, but again, it's all about location for Emmett.
Oh, wait, but a missed strike 2. 2-strike pitch comes up and in and hits Rumfield. A fastball at 97. Ooh.
Not wearing any protection either. That's no bueno.
Oh, no. The way he was running straight toward the dugout, too.
It looked like he hit him flush in the back of the hand.
Oh.
And we saw the other day Max getting hit with a pitch. And, you know, the trouble with that is there's so many bones in the wrist and the hand that, you just can't detect anything. And at the end of the day, it becomes of what kind of pain tolerance do you have and, what you can play or not play through. But as a hitter, that's just one of the last places you want to get wrist or hand. And again, right now you probably get through things, but you really have a test next time you pick up a bat.
His right hand, that's the hand that he throws with as well. And Freddie Freeman trying to lift his spirits.
Well, Freddie trying to get him to not think about it. Well, I had it hit me in the hand one time. I went on to have a Hall of Fame career.
That's a tough 2-strike base and 2-out base runner for both parties. That brings up Tyler Freeman. Quickly 0-2. Has been a positive theme in this first inning for Sheehan, just working ahead quickly.
One of the things now, even though Sheehan's ahead, you got to be careful with Freeman. Very good 2-strike hitter. One of the best in all of baseball.
Hitting .250 and 2-strike counts so far this year. Lays off the fastball. 1-2. Flip to right. Tucker fighting the sun a little bit, and he makes the catch. Scoreless first for Sheehan with a couple of Ks. He bats 6th in left field. Will Smith dropped to the 7th spot behind the plate. Hesson Kim at 2nd, and Kike Hernandez to finish things out at 3rd. On the mound for Colorado, it's the right-hander Tanner Gordon. This is his 8th game, but first start of the season. He's been in a long relief role. At least 3 innings in all 7 of his outings coming into tonight. And TJ Rumfield is out of the game. Edouard Julien enters for the Rockies. Here's Gordon's first pitch. Ohtani belts it down the right field line into the corner, a fair ball. And he will stand up at 2nd with a leadoff double. Wasn't going to wait around to extend his on-base streak to 11 games. His 8th extra base hit in this stretch.
Yeah, wasn't waiting around. Threw a slider, not a great located pitch. Shohei from the jump. Aggressive and on that thing, hooks it into the corner. But that's the thing, Shohei is always going to be aggressive. Saw him hit a home run on the first pitch the other day against the Padres. If you're a pitcher, you just don't want to throw anything near the zone.
High strike called on Mookie Betts, who's going to issue the first challenge. Second pitch of the game, ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. And it's confirmed to be well high on Betts. Gordon checks Ohtani, turns his attention to Mookie, and delivers a slider for a strike. Betts was 1 for 14 in the Brewers series, hitting .171 his first 19 games of the year. On a 1-1, Betts taps a slider foul.
Well, on paper, this is a series where Betts hopes to get things going, get some luck, have some things fall, start to feel good about his swing. But again, you can't try to make it happen. You just got to let it come to you. Be patient, get good pitches.
Lays off with low change, 2-2. He's batting just $167 his first 11 games off the injured list. Gordon's 2-2. Mookie lifts it in the air to left center field, but playable for McCarthy, who trots in and has out number 1. No chance for Ohtani to tag and head to third.
First base,
StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. What can you tell us about Tanner Gordon?
Well, Gordon is not a guy that's going to blow you away. He's going to have to move the ball around the strike zone, and he's going to attack you with a variety of different pitches. You saw him just the way he pitched to Mookie. Up and down, in and out. That's the way he's going to have to be effective, living on the edges against this Dodger ball club.
Ball 1 to Freddie Freeman. Just 1 for 6 against the Brewers, but 8 walks in that series.
Yeah, eyeballed him to death, huh?
(2-0).
You know, the thing about that, about walking, obviously you're recognizing pitches, staying off, but it's just the discipline to not want to swing. I mean, you want to go up there and you want to hit the ball. You want to put the ball in play. You want to drive something.
The 2-0. There's a strike for Gordon.
But to go through a series and just be patient and say, look, they're not giving me anything. I mean, the best ever to do it without question, not even close, Barry Bonds.
Here comes the 2-1. And Freeman swings through, strike 2. Freddie had 8 of the Dodgers' 23 walks in that series in Milwaukee. 54 free passes on the road trip. The 2-2. Spoiled.
Dodgers got to get some sort of sponsorship from some vision deal or something, right? I think there's some room on the outfield wall in there. No?
Straightaway center. Ohtani remains on second, ready to run. Only 1 out in the first. Another 2-2. Gordon misses in the dirt. That'll fill things for Freddie. Ohtani 1 for 1 against Gordon. It appears he's 1 for 1 against the Nats around second base. Gordon's payoff. Strike 3 called, and Freddie knew it.
And that's one of Gordon's, why he pitches well at the big league level and why he's here, is his ability to throw any pitch at any quadrant in the zone. You know, that's a slider, and he's dotting up and away.
It'll be up to Andy Pages to continue the first inning. After Ohtani's leadoff doubled, Betts and Freeman retired. First pitch swinging, pops it straight up. Goodman, the catcher, keeping the mask on. He still makes the play, and so the Dodgers do waste Ohtani's double. At the end of 1, no score.
Pistachio Baseball honors those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Learn how you can support grieving military families at MLBtogether.com.
Raymond Sheehan against Troy Johnson to start the second inning. Swing and a miss. Johnson brings a .325 batting average into this series. This is a waiver claim off the Marlins roster last fall. Ball and a strike.
Done a nice job for the Rockies. Puts the ball in play. Good against right-handed pitching. Left-handers hasn't got a lot of opportunity, but has struggled when he has.
Soft liner towards short. Backs bets up, but he still makes the play.
Second baseman, number 3, Willie Castro.
Now the switch hitting Willie Castro. Seen 8 swings or 9 swings now for Sheehan, already 4 whiffs. He didn't have any in his last outing against San Diego. Looking for a little bit more length today. And the Dodgers right-hander. He's failed to complete 5 innings in 3 of his last 4 turns. Fall behind Castro, 3-1.
First 3-ball count of the early evening for Emmett.
Popped him up. Kim going back from second. Gets called off by Pages. 2-0.
Pages coming a long way, but much easier for him coming in.
Shortstop, number 14.
Plus, that helps the defensive war.
It's the little things.
I mean, you look at that.
Jeez.
The ground he's covering. I mean, the thing is now, it's like if you're starting to catch balls there, then, you know, if I'm Kim, that next one that's right there, it's like, hey, you got it, dude.
First pitch to Tovar, hit into left field. The 2-out single and the first hit for the Rockies.
Designated hitter number 30, Sterling Thompson.
You know, Ezequiel Tovar, he's up there swinging.
Yeah, he's up there. He's not going to walk his way to first base. Very aggressive hitter, and Emmett just makes the mistake of leaving that slider right down the middle part of the plate. Lucky he got away with just a single.
The 8th spot in the rookie DH, Sterling Thompson. This is his 7th big league game. Sheehan beats him with a fastball in 93 and strike 1.
Yeah, high pick a few years ago out of University of Florida. Been known for the hit tool. Swinging the bat well in Albuquerque. Colorado has just been beset by injuries. You know, they're starting outfield all on the IL. Brenton Doyle, the Gold Glove winner in center. Jordan Beck, Mickey Moniak, top the leaders in OPS in all of baseball. Slug.
The Rockies leader in the driver's seat for their all-star selection this year, Mickey Moniak. 1-2.
Well, and that's the thing. You know, when you look at the 2 ball clubs, obviously there's a talent gap, but where it's really the depth. I mean, it's crazy that the Dodgers' depth as compared, you know, to basically any club in all of baseball. But when you look at it, you compare it to this Rockies organization, you know, you can see there's a significant difference.
Sheehan a strike away from getting out of the second. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The throw down's not going to matter. 3rd K and 2 scoreless for Emmett Sheehan. Champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. And by Hawaiian Airlines. Hawaii starts here. Now we start the bottom of the second. Kyle Tucker, Teoscar Hernandez, and Will Smith due up for the Dodgers. We'll see if Kyle Tucker has another triple in him. Fouls back a strike. The Performance Spotlight is sponsored by your Southern California Nissan dealers. The last 2 games, 2 triples. 3 for 9, all 3 hits going for extra bases, and he scored 3 times. Got hot for a stretch, then kind of cooled off for a little bit, but now the bat may be trending in the right direction once again.
He just hasn't been able to get on a tear, right? You know, where just loud contact, doing damage. You know, and that time is going to come.
Behind Gordon, 0-2. That's upstairs. The first Dodger with a triple in back-to-back games since April of 2021 when Gavin Lux did it. The 2-2. Wave and a miss, strike 3. Good changeup from Gordon.
Doubled up on the changeup, did Gordon. Tucker obviously not sitting on it, did not think he would come back with it. That 4th pitch he had thrown the changeup for a ball, and Tucker laid off. That one just out in front of.
1 out for the surging Teoscar Hernandez. Teo with a 5-game hitting streak, his season average up to 277. He's also seen some slug of late. And 3 home runs in his last 9 games. And in that same 9-game stretch, 13 RBIs. Two and 1. Strike 2, chop foul.
Well, you see, you just mentioned it, Nelly. Teo has been swinging. He's been feeling really good. And you mentioned the slug has been there with a couple home runs. OPS well over 1,000. Again, you look at this ball club, and for me, you know, outside of Andy Pajas, who just, you know, went on an absolute tear for a while, you know, nobody's really just gone off yet. Not like they're all capable of doing or that they've done in the past. You know, again, it's a fan. You know, you have the expectations. You want to see it. You know it's going to come.
Another 2-2. Fastball just outside. Full count for Hernandez. Gordon's payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, since Ohtani doubled on the very first pitch of the game, the Dodgers are 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts against Tanner Gordon, who in his last outing was absolutely shelled for 7 runs on 12 hits across 6 1/3 innings against Texas last Tuesday.
Where was that, though?
Well,
yep. And it was horrible conditions, too.
And his numbers have been much better away from Coors Field. Strike 1 to Will Smith.
But you're right. The numbers are the numbers, and it was not a good outing.
Broken bat, shallow center, coming in McCarthy. That's a 1-2-3 second for Gordon. Still no score going to the 3rd. Emmett Sheehan With a good start so far, 3 strikeouts in the first 2 innings, meaning he's 4 away from getting you free Jumbo Jacks tomorrow in Los Angeles. More important than the K counter, the run counter. Still nothing against the Dodgers starter. So he welcomes Kyle Karros to the plate, starting the 3rd inning. Strike 1. Karros hitting .204 this year in 50 games. Had a hit on Sunday to snap an 0 for 17 stretch. Check swing, no swing, a ball and a strike. Lined into center field, a leadoff single for Karros.
I mean, not a bad pitch by Emmett. That pitch is off of the plate a little bit. If anything, just up in the zone allows Karros to get to it, flip it out into center field. Man, I really feel bad, but for the Dodgers. Did I say that? All right, there it is, guys. I did it. There's my parenting. Sorry, I'll move on.
I was waiting for you to address the elephant in the room / booth. First time for you calling one of Kyle's games.
Yeah, Freddie's down there. Yeah.
Freddie trying to mix it up. Start some family drama. As McCarthy pulls one high in the air to the right field side. Kim makes the call on the catch, 1 away. So it's funny that Freddie is doing that because last summer, yeah, see, he's trying to get Kyle to look up there and he won't. He refuses to. But Kyle hit his first home run in the show against Emmett Sheehan, coincidentally enough. And the very next day, we're in the clubhouse.
Yeah, right.
And not only did Karros homer in that one, he also made a diving stop at third base, robbing Freddie Freeman of a hit. Sheehan's first pitch to Goodman is a ball up and in. Freddie came over and gave you a hug, said, "Oh, EK, congratulations. But tell your son if he ever takes a hit from me again, we're fighting."
Yeah, you don't mess with Freddie's hits, right? No, it was funny. All in good fun.
1 on, 1 out, top of the 3rd. No score for the Dodgers or Rockies.
So, well, and you know, Freddie's got no bigger fan than his father,
yeah.
Right? And you know, we see him all the time. He's had some great moments.
Goodman jam, fouls back, strike 2. Oh, shoot, we just saw a great Freeman family moment in San Diego during the road trip.
Yep.
Freddie's 2-homer game. Fred sitting at the far end of the Dodger dugout. On a 1-2, Goodman takes a slider just outside. It's a little low.
Really nice take there by Hunter Goodman again. He's a guy that has expanded the zone, and Emmett doing a nice job making it enticing. Probably go right back there again.
He tried to, fouled off of Will Smith. There's no worse for the wear. Now, first time through the order for Sheehan, 7 of 9 first pitch strikes. Full count.
Now, if you're Sheehan, you got to be careful right here. 3-2 pitch. You know, this has got slider away written all over it. Fastball right here. 11 home runs for Goodman. Silver Slugger Award winner last year at catching position.
Oh, it's a slider and a good one.
baseman number
I mean, really
Sterling
a
Thomas.
great selection of pitches, and then even better, the execution and the location. Really a nice job by Emmett. Again, what's impressive, it's not just he's getting the swing and misses, but the location of that pitch, really impressive.
Now Julian's first plate appearance. Flashes bunt and avoids ball one down and in. Julian had to come off the bench in the bottom of the first inning. TJ Rumfield, who was starting at first base and batting third, got hit by Emmett Sheehan in the first inning. A 2-strike fastball came up and in. Hit him on the right hand. And he had to exit the game. Line to second where Hesung Kim is waiting. So after the leadoff single, Sheehan gets the next 3 outs in order. 3 scoreless. Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Shakey's Pizza Parlor, serving up handcrafted pizza, crispy fried chicken, and famous Mojo potatoes since 1954. Donuts on the scoreboard for the Dodgers and Rockies as Hesung Kim leads off the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kim, the base hit through the right side. Leadoff single in front of Kike Hernandez.
Third baseman, number 8, Kike Hernandez.
Yes! Only one way to come to the yard for Kike Hernandez's season debut. First action since Game 7 of last year's World Series. Had offseason elbow surgery. Played through it last year. Went against the doctor's wishes to stay on the field and help the Dodgers win a 2nd consecutive championship. Ripped down the line and a fair ball into the left field corner. Kim can absolutely fly, so he's got the green light. He comes home, and it's an RBI double for Kike Hernandez. Welcome back, number 8.
Four-seam fastball, only 91 miles an hour. Kike able to turn that thing around 100 down the line. Again, if you're going to come inside, especially against a fastball hitter like Kike, you're going to have a lot more than that.
So the Dodgers have the lead. Kike in scoring position for Ohtani. Shohei 1 for 1. He doubled on the very first pitch of the night from Gordon.
Gordon finds himself in a tough spot. Now, you don't have to come over the plate. You've got first base open. I know nobody out. Probably a good time for a changeup away here.
The way that Ohtani has looked of late, EK, really since he had the back-to-back off days from hitting, not only rejuvenated and recharged, but he's got that look about him in the box. Even when he's taking pitches and drawing walks.
Well, it sounds kind of cliche to say, but it looks like he's seeing the ball really well. There's that changeup, you know, or curveball. It's not, when things aren't going well, it as a hitter, it seems like it's just darting here, darting there, darting, and you can't even react to it. When things start to go well, it's slow motion, everything.
He's in command. 3-0. He's a statue for a fastball, and it's a 4-pitch walk.
You're gonna have to wait 20 years before you get your statue. It'll be right out front too.
So the first 3 for the Dodgers have reached safely here to start the 3rd.
All right, so we talked about it in the last at bat that this is a series that you'd like to see Mookie, you know, start to to have some feel good, right? You know, you can go through the process and have, you know, all the work, and yes, the underlying metrics say you're doing this and that, but you want results.
Betts this one to left center field. McCarthy charging in, makes the catch. Nearly an identical result for Mookie in his first at bat.
Number 5.
So that's the first out of the inning. Freddie Freeman will take his turn. Ball 1 for Freddie. He was 0 for 1, struck out looking in the first inning. You know, the last 12 games, the last 50 plate appearances, been a lot of the 3 true outcomes for Freddie. 2-0, 50 plate appearances, 32 of them have either been a walk, a strikeout, or a home run. The 2-0. Freeman, broken bat, roller to the right side. Castro with the flip to Tovar, and there's the turn for 2. So that ends the 3rd inning. But Kike Hernandez gets the Dodgers started on this Memorial Day Monday. An RBI double to give Emmett Sheehan a lead.
Be one of the first 40,000 fans and take home the Teoscar Hernandez Mr. Seeds bobblehead on May 30th. Presented by Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Dodgers with the first lead to the first game of this 3-game series. 1-0 on Kike Hernandez's RBI double. Emmett Sheehan will face the heart of the Colorado lineup, Freeman, Johnston, and Castro. Before the first inning, they illustrated Sheehan's career against the Rockies entering tonight. 5 starts, 4-0 record, a 3.72 ERA. Sent down the right field line toward the corner, and it is a fair ball. And it hops into the seats. So Freeman aboard with a double leading off the 4th inning.
This is a slider. Again, it's up in the zone.
Number 20, Troy Johnston.
Freeman does a nice job of going with it. Again, one of the better contact hitters for this Rocky ball club. Drives it into that corner. But again, where Sheehan has got hurt tonight, it's been on the slider, and all of them have been up.
So the tying run in scoring position for Johnston, who's 0 for 1. Rocket off of Sheehan's shoulder. Freddie Freeman picks it up in foul ground, but nobody there as Johnson reaches. They're going to have to come out and check on Emmett. Dave Roberts was quick off the top step.
Yeah, that came off the bat at 104 miles an hour. Like the back of the right shoulder, around square, right on the, yeah.
Thomas Albert out there with Doc.
You know, that's the thing is a player, and especially a guy like Sheehan, a competitor, he's going to say, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And this is where, you know, that Thomas Albert or Doc, or, you know, you've got to lay eyes on him, and then you've got to decide, you know, are you protecting this kid from himself? watch a few pitches and see if there's any change or favoring anything. But again, for the most part, most players aren't going to tell you the truth. They're going to say, I'm fine, I got it.
While they continue to monitor Sheehan, we'll listen to this word from Morongo.
Midland Live, July 18th. Get tickets now. Morongo.
Normally you only see 1 or 2
Yeah,
pitches. This is like a full-on warm-up before an inning, as they just want to check every box internally and make sure that Sheehan's okay.
I mean, there's two schools of thought here. Like, if you're the other ball club, you're looking and you're saying, hey, like, look, come on, like, how many are we going to get here? But on the same note, you're also, look at this is a fellow, it's a big league player. He just took a ball off the arm, and look, he take as long as he wants.
Okay.
All right, he's going to give it a go. Okay.
Look, Emmett Sheehan is already known, certainly by his teammates, but folks around the league, as being a sweet kid. But he's also a tough kid.
Oh yeah, he's not coming. He's not coming out. And you know what he's been through, you know, with the arm surgery and coming back. It's like, that's, again, you got to protect the player from himself, especially in this situation. But Emmett threw enough pitches to convince him, and he's ready to roll.
Definitely some scurrying down in the Dodger left field bullpen just in case, as Sheehan remains in the game. Rockies on the corners, no outs in the 4th. The Dodgers leading 1-0. Now, you guys talk about all the time, like in the immediate aftermath, you foul a ball off you, or you get hit by a pitch, or a line drive comes out. Just that initial adrenaline spike is going to help. And then it's a little bit later when things start to settle.
Well, the thing you're going to have to watch for, Emmett, it's not going to be this inning. It'll be next inning, because he'll have that time where he sits down. He's constantly throwing right now. The arm is moving. If you're a position player, you get hurt, you're standing around out there. It gives it some time to lock up a little bit. But just Emmett, that first pitch coming back, throws a field pitch, a changeup, you know, right out of the chute, which, you know, I thought for sure it's just going to be a fastball.
2 strikes on Castro.
I think if you go fastball, you got to go up out of the zone. Otherwise, you run that changeup away. I think those are your 2 options.
50th pitch of the game for Sheehan. Back-to-back sliders, both of them balls.
Yeah, non-competitive pitch right there. And as a hitter, you always love that, because you're not forced to make a decision.
Two on, nobody out, and the 2-2. Changeup slips away, and now things are full.
Well, he started Castro off with a changeup the very first pitch, and I know it's back-to-back, but I don't know that I'd mess around with a fastball to this guy.
It's really always been hitting this year. Runner goes from first. Ground ball right side, and it squeaks through. The Rockies tie the game on an RBI hit from Willie Castro. Johnson works his way to third base.
So he does. He goes with the changeup. And again, just like most of the balls tonight, the pitches are just a bit too elevated, and it's allowed the Rocky hitters to get the barrel of the bat on the ball.
Fastball upstairs, spins Tovar out of the box. Well, just like the Dodgers in the bottom of the 3rd, the Rockies' first 3 in the 4th reached safely. But the Dodgers were only able to score 1. Rockies threatening to put up a crooked number.
Good slider by Sheehan. Tovar had a base hit on a slider his first at bat, but it was really a center pitch. That pitch right there much better located. Again, Tovar very aggressive.
1-2.
I mean, right now where you are in the count, you see Edgardo Enriquez moving around, getting loose. But you've got 2 pitches really to play with here. And I think I'd stay out of the zone. Make Tovar use his aggressiveness against him.
Tovar to left on a line. Teoscar Hernandez makes the catch. Johnson tagging from third. He will score on a sacrifice fly. Now 2-1 Colorado.
Number 30, Sterling Thompson.
15 pitches to get Sheehan's first out of the 4th inning, and here comes Dave Roberts along with Thomas Albert. Emmett saying, I'm good. I feel good.
I mean, again, it's you're trying to protect the player from himself. And obviously there's something that Doc has seen or Thomas has seen that, you know, make them question. Even Will, you know, talking, and, you know, you see Emmett, he's out there pleading his case, telling anybody that'll listen that I'm fine.
All right, finish this thing, Dave says.
Yeah, he says finish this thing, and then he drops a what bomb on his way back, shaking his head. I'm not sure that he really believes what Emmett was telling him, but again, it's the trust that Doc has in his players, and that's going to supersede just about anything that he even picks up or sees. That's a reason that he'll be a Hall of Fame manager.
Dodgers now trail by a run, 1 on 1 out in the 4th. The rookie Sterling Thompson up for a second time. Long swing through a fastball, strike 1.
You know, this is where he attacked Thompson in the last at bat, the high pitch out of the zone fastball. Figure to stay there until Thompson makes the adjustment.
Another fastball, another whiff, another strike.
So you can go off speed out of the zone here and come back with that high fastball, or go right back up there with that pitch.
Buries a curve. Castro holds at first base.
So that's the thing, right? You throw that off speed that's not, not anything that Thompson can do anything with. Now you've got him set up. You change the eye level. You go with that high fastball.
Fastball has been trending down in velocity since the 1st inning. 60th pitch of the game, and the runner goes. It's upstairs to throw the tag, and he's out. Mookie held it there to make sure. Wipes the bags clear and gets Sheehan the second out of the 4th.
And really a nice job by Will Smith. Quick transition, a good throw. It's a good pitch to throw with the high pitch, strike, fastball. Ball beats him easily. Tagged him on the arm, then the face, and then
just to make
tagged him again. Tagged him 4 times. Still only get 1 out, though.
Suddenly Sheehan needs just see 1 more strike to get out of the inning. This is high. The 21st pitch of the 4th. Got him swinging. Pumps a fastball by him. His 5th strikeout ends the inning, but the Rockies score a pair to take the lead. Our nation's fallen heroes. Lest we forget on this Memorial Day, those who paid the ultimate sacrifice, all the Gold Star families around the country and territories, allow us to enjoy this game. Bottom of the 4th begins with Andy Pages. He'll be followed by Kyle Tucker and Teoscar Hernandez. The Dodgers now chasing a run.
That's normal for the Dodgers, though, right? They had back-to-back comeback wins in that series at Milwaukee. They've got the 2nd most comeback wins in all of Major League Baseball.
17 of those things. Only 2 strikes on Pages, who's 0 for 1.
Got Andy last time on a right-on-right change. It was the first pitch of the at-bat, but Gordon had started that changeup on the inner part of the plate and just continued to bear in.
On a 1-2, Pages stays alive, fouling away a foul ball, or a fastball, excuse me. EK, I want to get your take as a hitter and someone who reminds us all the time that doing what Andy's up there doing is the hardest thing ever. Hitting a baseball. Another 1-2. Pages hits it hard to left field, carrying back. It is off the wall. Absolute bullet off the bat of Pages, who has a stand-up double to start the 4th.
It's not that hard.
Apparently not.
Not that hard.
Not as difficult as speaking is for me, apparently. But all that to say, EK, there's a pitcher on the mound in Tanner Gordon who, since he debuted in the majors in 2024, he's got the highest ERA in Major League Baseball. So folks looking at this thing on paper, they're like, all right, the Dodgers should absolutely torch this guy. And then it's not happening to that rate. So how do you guys as professionals process that kind of information?
But the thing about it, it's a baseball game, and on any given night, anything can happen. A guy can be out there, he can have his great stuff. He can be unhittable. Look, you talk about that sort of stuff, and you know, nationally I was doing a game a few years ago, and it was the White Sox and Mariners. A guy named Philip Humber was on the mound for the White Sox. Like what?
Yeah.
Like what? Perfect game. So the point is, on any given, it doesn't matter what the numbers are. It's what is going on that night. The numbers may help you be predictive, but it doesn't mean that's what's going to happen.
Tucker flies out to shallow center. Pages can't move.
And you got to look at, you know, the way Gordon is throwing tonight. You know, he's kept some very good hitters off balance. He's using all of his pitches. He's throwing in any part of the zone. You know, and you mentioned earlier in the telecast that his last start, boy, he got hammered. Absolutely, he did. But it's in Colorado. The weather was horrendous. There were some cheap, you know, the numbers don't always tell the story.
Teoscar Hernandez on the ground, knocked down by Karros. He will not have a throw. Dodgers in the corners with 1 out in the 4th. Kept that from going down the line.
Yeah, changeup and just continued to come in.
Number 16.
Diving ball came back a little bit on him. Wasn't able to get it cleanly, but again keeps the ball from getting down the line. Double play in order here.
For Will Smith, the chance to tie the game. Or better than that, put the Dodgers back ahead.
Dodgers tonight 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. That was a hit right there. Didn't score a run. Rockies on the flip side, 2 for 2 with a sac fly.
Third time in 4 innings, the Dodgers have the leadoff man on. Will Smith trying to bring him home. Tying run 90 feet away. 0-2.
Good cut by Will there. Yeah, you know, it doesn't matter what Will is doing up at the plate as far as if he's hot, if he's not swinging well. Just such a tough guy to pitch to. Just aren't a lot of places you can go.
Another 0-2 from Gordon. Not competitive. Ball out of hand. It has been a cool stretch for Smith, and a lengthy stretch at that. Batting .200 the last 23 games entering tonight. Season average now at .245. But everybody knows the back of his baseball card. Teoscar taking off for second. A pitch in the dirt. No throw from Goodman. With Pages kind of lurking off third base.
Well, nice job by Teoscar. He stole that off the pitcher. Gordon was not paying attention at all. Almost forgot about him. And now he loses the opportunity to get a double play.
Another foul ball. Still 2-2 for Smith.
So good by Will right there. Just knowing the situation. All he's looking to do is drive the ball, get it to the outfield, get a run in, let that ball travel deep. Fastball.
2 on, 1 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's Gordon. Smith spoils another. Went to the changeup. On the 8th pitch, Smith flies it to the right field side. Charging in Freeman. Makes the catch. Pages tagging from third. He will hold. The throw from Freeman was a good one to Goodman.
Yeah, really a nice job by Freeman. Long way to run, and then got himself in a position where he ends up making a good throw. When he catches it with 2 hands, you see, and he's kind of backpedaling a little bit. But able to make a good, strong throw. And this is a guy that doesn't really play the outfield. Just started getting a lot of reps there last year. You go out, you have a meeting here where you figure that, you know, again, TK, yes, he hit the double, but it's a right-on-right situation. Probably not going to throw a fastball. And that's why you would walk Kim to get to Kike. You know, that's what the discussion is right now. Remember, Kim had a base hit his last at bat.
Dodger fans, I can hear y'all make some noise.
All right, 2 on, 2 out, 2 on Colorado. Let's listen to this word from Nissan.
This Dodgers broadcast is sponsored in part by your Southern California Nissan dealers.
Kim singled and scored starting the 3rd inning. Back up at the plate in the 4th, trying to continue this inning. Strike 1 from Gordon. Gordon glares in and delivers the 0-1. Kim sprays a changeup foul. The 0-2. Low slider. That was the pitch that Kim singled on his first time up. A little too low to swing at there.
See, that pitch got a part of the zone. You know, Hunter Goodman gets a lot of accolades for challenging and getting strikes, but has not done so at all this evening. Has had a couple opportunities.
Kim has the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Makes the deuce wild here. It's 2 on, 2 out in the fourth. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Kim. Do it again.
Goes up high with the fastball there. Almost feel like it's got to be a changeup coming right now, huh? Rolling away. You're Kim, you're just trying to back the ball up, thinking left center with your sights.
Another 2-2. Bouncing ball right side, played by Castro. And the Dodgers strand 2 more. A leadoff double by Pages, and they can't get him home. Champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Dodgers trail the Rockies 2-1 as you approach the halfway point of the series opener. Emmett Sheehan back on the bump for LA, facing 9-1-2 of the Rockies. Strike one fouled away to the right side. The last inning, the fourth inning, was a difficult one for a number of reasons, namely that a line drive off of his right arm. He stayed in the game despite 2 checks from Dave Roberts and Thomas Albert, and he finished the inning strong. Oh, a knee buckling curve to make it 0-2 on Karros. Rocky third baseman 1 for 1, led off the third with a base hit. And then you look at what he did in the third inning, going the other up the middle. I beg your pardon.
Freddie.
You look right
Good
out there.
stuff, right?
You'll see
that guy.
The guy up there. Sheehan puts him down with a slider. First out of the 5th.
Sheehan does a good job of working ahead. Drop that curveball. And then the slider to put him away out of the zone. Again, Sheehan, when he's been able to keep that slider out of the zone, he's been great. Where he's got hurt is he's left it up high, and the guys have been able to get to it.
McCarthy makes him field his position, and he covers the bag in time.
Really athletic play by both Freddie and Emmett. You know, Emmett heading over there, and his first inclination is to try to grab the ball, and that's what you're taught as a pitcher. If you're athletic enough, you grab the ball and you keep going. He knows that he's not going to be able to get it, so he just keeps getting to the bag. Freddie reads it, makes a good toss, made it look easy, and really a nice play.
And then fortunate that that right ankle didn't turn over more. Otherwise, that play at the bag could have been painful for one over both of Sheehan and McCarthy.
Well, this is where Emmett, you know, right now you got to be efficient and get your team back in the dugout. You know, just a long inning for the Rockies in that last half. You want Gordon back on the hill immediately.
1-1 on Goodman. He's 0 for 2, and Sheehan's punched his ticket twice. Terrific curve. A ball and 2 strikes.
Starting to go with that curveball a few more times.
Wow. Goodman did enter this series with 70 strikeouts in 48 games, 7th most in baseball, and Sheehan's only added to that total so far.
Well, that curveball is just such a change in velocity. Almost 20 miles an hour less than the fastball.
Foul of third will do it again. Fastball at 95, just missed. 2-2. On the ground to short. That's a 1-2-3 fifth for Sheehan. No change in the score. 2-1 Rockies. Back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by USAA. This Memorial Day, let's honor what was given by our nation's fallen heroes. Kike Hernandez starting the fifth. 2-run Rockies. He brought in the first and lone Dodger run so far, an RBI double in the third inning. Chopper to third. Karros loses it on the transfer, and Hernandez is 2 for 2.
Ball off the end of the bat. Third baseman coming in, trying to field it and make the throw at the same time. They end up giving Kike a hit. 2 for 2 on his way back.
Well, Ohtani has reached both times up so far tonight. Doubled on the first pitch of the game, then walked in the third. Tying run aboard, Gordon keeping Kike close to the bag. The Rocky starter has not fooled the Dodgers much, just 3 whiffs the first 4 innings, but he is working with the lead. There's a whiff and a strike on Ohtani.
Right on cue, Nelly.
Yeah, there you
locked
go.
in.
Stay hot.
Well, the Dodgers in 5 of these innings, 4 of them, they've had the leadoff hitter up. Get on base. Only 1 has scored.
Gordon's 1-1. Tails arm side. Gordon approaching 70 pitches. Action in the Colorado bullpen with the lefty Brendan Bernardino. The 2-1 coming. Shohei takes a slider and the count is square.
And what has made Gordon difficult this evening, we've said it, it's the ability to throw any pitch at any spot in the zone at any time in the count. All right, so he's exhausted his throws over to first. Next one, he's either got to get him or Kike gets to go to second.
Allowed 2 disengagements per plate appearance. Kike stays. The 2-2. Ohtani hits it in the air to left field. Johnston drifting over. He has the first out.
Shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts 0 for 2. Flown out to McCarthy in center field twice. Popped up behind home plate. Goodman runs out of room. Betts has been generating a lot of conversation, with the offensive numbers being what they are. The heels of the injuries. It's just his 20th game of the year. Batting $167. It's not very Mookie-like. But then you look at his baseball savant page, you see a lot of red, which indicates doing a lot of good things, just waiting for the results.
We talk a lot about the process and just stick with the process and don't focus on the results. And
You know, it's very easy for those that don't really care. I mean, when you are the person who is getting measured by the results, like, process is great, but man, you need to have some feel good. That's why, again, we've talked about it. This series for Mookie is an opportunity to look at the scoreboard and feel good about yourself. Looking to do so right now.
Behind Gordon, a ball and 2 strikes. Kike Hernandez on first. Lays off a slider away. Now the hard hit rate is up nearly 10%. Chase has been down. Gordon's 2-2. Is in the dirt, running the count full. Gordon's payoff. Kike takes off. Mookie flies it to right field. Hernandez will make a U-turn as Freeman makes the catch. 2 down.
Imagínate. First baseman, Freddie Freeman.
Freddie's last at bat, 2-0 count. Hit a changeup, ended up hitting into double play. Just cannot imagine him getting beat on a changeup this at bat.
Fouls away a curve, strike 1. Dodgers are 2 for 12 tonight with men on base. They put the leadoff man on a bunch, but more often than not, they're unable to move him or get him in. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Two and 2. Freeman struck out in the first, then grounded into a double play to finish the third. And he gets some payback on Gordon here. 80th pitch coming. Freeman on the screws, left to center field. McCarthy drifts over. He has plenty of room, and he makes the catch. So Kike stranded. Dodgers trail 2-1 after 5 full. Before the 6th, we show you what Emmett Sheehan has done through 5.
Well, you see the location of these pitches all on the glove side, except for that lefty, but staying away from the right-handed hitters. Done a nice job and really bounced back after that inning where he took that rocket off the right shoulder. Had a real pitch efficient inning. 11 pitches. Looking to do the same right here.
Dodger bullpen is quiet as he faces Julian for a second time. He's 0 for 1. 3, 4, and 5 coming up for Colorado. The Rockies lead the Dodgers 2-1. Three with the Rockies. As we see Julian challenge. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. And Julian loses it.
Strike. Colorado's got 1 left.
Rockies.
Tough spot, not a real leverage spot to use a challenge there.
Rockies have just one left. The Dodgers still have 2. 3 balls and a strike on Julian. Full count. After this series, the Dodgers will catch their breath on Thursday, an off day, and then the Phillies come to town this weekend. Philadelphia's in San Diego to start the week, and they shut out the Padres 3-0 tonight.
Philly's a little different team than they were at the beginning of the year. Should be a great series.
Here comes the payoff, and it's in the dirt. A leadoff walk to Julian. Jack in the Box would like a word.
Get my new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal for a chance to win $75,000. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
First walk issued tonight for Sheehan.
First walking, you just don't really want to do that to the leadoff hitter of an inning.
And definitely not Julian, who's 0 for his last 30. Freeman looking to bunt. Slider misses low and away. Dodgers out hitting the Rockies 6-5. The Rockies outscoring LA 2-1.
Dodgers have had their opportunities tonight, 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position, and that one hit did not generate a run.
In the air, right of center field. Slicing toward right field, but Andy Paez is
Kelly Leak caught it, huh?
To make the play.
Dude, he took the ball away from Kim earlier. That one he took away from Tucker. I mean, it's funny, they were running Bad News Bears over on the MLB network the other day. And if you haven't seen it, Kelly Leak is your character there, and Andy Paez is playing him to a T right now.
He's not playing center field. He's playing all the field. Strike 1 to Johnston.
Going to have to check, WAR, defensive WAR, and do you get, metrically by the ground you cover and where you catch the ball? Is that a range thing? I mean, I don't know. See if Dr. Krajewski can find out.
There's range, and then there's Andy's range. There's outs above average, and then there's outs recorded above average distance traveled. I don't know. Sheehan's 2-1. That'll level the count.
Nice job by Emmett after surrendering the walk. He fell behind 2-0 and then makes a good pitch to Freeman. And ended up flying out, and then again 2-1, and makes a nice pitch against Johnson. Remember, he's the one that hit that rocket back at him.
And came around to score the Rockies' second run to take the lead. Cool breeze blows through Dodger Stadium ahead of the 2-2 pitch, which is tipped in and out of the glove of Will Smith.
Came up with our answer about range. It is incorporated in defensive runs saved, and Paez has 12 defensive runs saved. That's second in all of Major League Baseball.
The 2-2. Changeup. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strikeout number 7 for Emmett Sheehan.
Sheehan, a nice job throwing that pitch out of the zone, but again, enticing these Colorado hitters to offer at it. I guess you're eating for free, Nelly.
That's a free burger tomorrow and a Jack in the Box in Los Angeles after the purchase of a large beverage. Send your thank you cards to Emmett Sheehan. 2 outs in the 6th, still a runner on first. And a strike to Willie Castro. Second baseman, 1 for 2. Flew out to center field his first time up, then an RBI single in the 4th. Pitch 90 for Emmett Sheehan. Pulled down the right field side. It's going to hook foul. Strike 2.
Emmett's had a real nice workmanlike effort tonight. Again, it weathered that ball off of his right arm. But he's done a really nice job. He just ran into a little trouble that 1 inning, but has kept these hitters off balance. He's really avoided any major contact. Got to feel really good after that last start against the Padres.
Needs 1 more strike. Castro will make him wait at least 1 more pitch. After he got hit on that right arm, with no outs in the 4th inning, you wondered if the Dodgers were going to pull him right then and there. He's about to finish the 6th. Got him. A fastball by him. Back-to-back Ks to punctuate the 6th.
$40,000 fans on May 29th and take home an exclusive Alex Vesia bobblehead presented by Starlux Airlines. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Rockies going to their bullpen for the bottom of the 6th, leading the Dodgers 2-1. It's the right-hander Juan Mejia taking over for Tanner Gordon, who was able to make it through 5 strong innings against the Dodger offense. Just 6 hits and a walk, struck out 3 through 80 pitches and 50 strikes.
Yeah, did a nice job of keeping the Dodgers off balance, and now turn it over to Mejia, fastball slider guy. He's been pretty effective for the Rockies in the way that they've used him, and he's finished games. He's come in and eaten up an inning or 2 in the middle.
Pages popped up just beyond the right side of the infield. Castro takes the first out.
Right fielder, Kyle Tucker.
Kyle Tucker hitless so far in the series opener, 0 for 2 with a K. Strike from Mejia. Dodgers got a lefty batter in the box. Those have been the hitters to get the best of Mejia so far this year. Entering the series, lefties batting .324, an OPS of .905 against Mejia. Right-handed hitters an OPS below .570. Bouncing ball, foul.
And if you see where Goodman set up on that last pitch, he set up away, and Mejia missed glove side, and that's where he's gotten into trouble against the left-handed hitters. You know, he stays glove side, and you see where he is. Goodman set up way out there, and even 99, Tucker able to get to it. Just hasn't been able to find arm side control.
Another 0-2. Another fastball. This time it's upstairs. 2-2.
See, both times he tried to go arm side. You see that one just clips. Again, though, the Rockies only one challenge left. They exhausted one in an at-bat last inning.
Tucker shoots it to left field. Johnston has the read and the second out.
Left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Two outs, nobody on in the sixth. 2-1 Rockies. Base is empty as Teoscar Hernandez steps up. Takes the ball inside. 1 for 2 with a base hit and a stolen base.
See, that's why he has been more effective against the right-handed hitters. The glove side control is pretty good. The slider and the fastball.
Hernandez lays off the breaking ball, low and away.
Dodgers 8-9 hitters tonight, 3 for 4, double, 1 RBI. The rest of the team only 3 for 18.
Try and help Emmett Sheehan spit the hook. Sheehan's start is done, and it was a quality one at that. The 2-2. Hernandez a little late on that 98-mile-per-hour heater, but he stays alive. Another 2-2. Another foul ball.
See which guy gives in. Mejia continuing to throw it out there. Hernandez just continuing to foul it off.
Popped up. Right side. Julian. 3 out. 1, 2, 3. Mejia gets the Dodgers in order in the 6th. Quality start for Emmett Sheehan. 6 innings, 2 runs on 5 hits. He walked just 1. He struck out 8. Through 92 pitches, 59 strikes. Stayed in there after taking a line drive off of his pitching arm as well. Tucked his way through 6, and now the Dodgers call to the bullpen. This is brought to you by Jacoby and Myers. The sounds of Hadaway fade out here at Dodger Stadium as Kyle Hurt has taken the bump.
Looking to extend that bullpen, the great stretch that they're on right now.
An historic stretch. Strike 1 to Ezekiel Tovar. Hurt trying to hold the line and keep the Dodgers within a run. Tovar lifts one in the air to left field. This ball is long gone, and so too is the scoreless streak for the Dodger pen.
Well, they've been waiting on the shortstop for a while. This is a guy that a few years ago extra base hit second in all Major League Baseball. Only his second home run of the season so far, but definitely a no-doubter.
That was a changeup right in the heart of the plate, and Tovar did not miss it.
It's the first home run the Dodgers have allowed, the bullpen I should say, in the month of May.
The streak ends at 38 scoreless for the bullpen, longest in the modern era, going back to 1901. That's as far back as you can track it, but really it's The longest in franchise history. So comfortable saying that. Got to be honest, I'm throwing chum in the water for folks who believe in the broadcast jinx tonight.
You've thrown 2 out there so far that I've caught, right?
Yeah.
It's all right. It's a long year.
1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Thompson is retired for the first out of the 7th. Let's check in with Kirsten Watson downstairs.
Well, Stephen, from talking to the guys in the bullpen, I can very much tell you, not a broadcast jinx. The guys have been very understanding of, like, look, at some point it's going to come to an end. I will say, though, whenever we would try to bring up the conversation of the scoreless inning streak, they would be like, no, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. But at some point, it's not going to last forever. And so they were very understanding that they knew it was going to end at some point, guys.
Thanks, Kirsten.
We feel better. Nelly feels better.
Would you say that relievers are the most superstitious, or like where are they at in the superstition power rankings in your experience?
Everybody's different. I don't think you can just say it's a reliever or a hitter or a pitcher or whatever. I mean, some guys you think they're absolutely nuts. Other guys, they like nothing phases them.
Ball and 2 strikes on the number 9 hitter, Kyle Karros. Bouncing ball to third, played by Kike. Well, the throw, but Freddie helps him out. 2 gone. Kike Hernandez has been a factor tonight. He's drove in the lone Dodgers run. What else can you add on the injury front, Kirsten?
Yeah, Stephen, lots of guys are working their way back. So this afternoon, actually, Tyler Glass now, he was playing catch. He still is going to need some time because he's going to have to do a full build-up since he has just taken a little bit more time with that back spasm and then ultimately did have a quick shutdown here in between. Then you've got Edwin Diaz. So he was out here. He should be playing catch tomorrow, Dave Roberts said. Rock Stewart is also here. He is someone who's been dealing with some bone spurs in his foot. He likely will be the first one to go out on his rehab assignment, as he should be facing hitters later this week in a live BP. So ultimately, guys,
in the air to right. You're right, Kirsten, real quick. You got it.
Guys are feeling good and working their way back. So
all right, Kirsten, we're going to commercial now. It's time for the 7th inning stretch of Stand and Stretch. It's brought to you by Sit and Sleep.
Shinobu Yamamoto Game 7 last out bobblehead on May 27th. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Into the late innings, the Dodgers now down by a pair. 3-1 Colorado. Will Smith, Ha-Seong Kim, and Kike Hernandez on the docket for the Dodgers. Juan Mejia still pitching for the Rockies through 16 pitches in a 1-2-3 6th inning. Rockies have the worst starting staff in baseball in terms of ERA. The bullpen closer to the middle of the road, 19th in ERA. Tanner Gordon in his first start of the year. 5 innings, just 1 run. The Dodgers had opportunities, namely in the first, the third, and the fourth, to really make this a different feeling series opener. But Gordon was able to escape the damage. 3-1 to Smith.
Yeah, I really thought something was going to happen for the Dodgers with this man up at the plate, Will Smith. Runners on second and third, battled, but unable to drive the ball deep enough to right field. Just ended up a flyout.
He works the leadoff walk. That'll bring the tying run to the plate.
second base, Kim.
Kim 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Five of the first 6 pitches from Mejia in the 7th have missed the zone, so that'll inspire a mound visit.
How about 5 straight, too, right? That first pitch he threw to Will was a strike, and now 5 straight balls, as you mentioned. Getting a little talking to right here.
Dalton Rushing has grabbed a bat. Kike Hernandez's spot is on deck. And Kike is 2 for 2 with an RBI double and an infield single.
You can put Rushing up there and you see Miggy Rowe, he's ready as well in case they bring in the lefty, Bernardino.
There's another one not particularly close. 2-0 on Kim.
He has got to figure something out quick. The bottom of the lineup, and you know what happens after the bottom of the lineup. Shohei.
Ball 3. 5 of the first 7 Dodger leadoff men have reached safely, but only 1 has scored so far. That's ball 4. Tying runs aboard for the Dodgers in the 7th.
9 straight balls for Mejia. I'm sorry, 8 straight balls. That'll be it. There will not be a chance for a 9th.
Dodgers sending Dalton Rushing to the plate. Warren Schaefer going to the mound to make a change. 3-1 Colorado, 2 on for the Dodgers, and no outs. We'll be back in a moment. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times. Interesting times here in the 7th inning. Back-to-back walks for the Dodgers as the tying runs aboard. The Rockies bring in their lefty Bernardino as they saw Dalton Rushing announced as a pinch hitter for Kike Hernandez. Well, it's not going to be Dalton Rushing facing Brennan Bernardino. It's going to be Miguel Rojas.
Take a look at the Rockies, the way they're playing defense. They're playing for the bunt. You got 1st and 3rd in. Miggy Rowe looks like he's up there swinging.
This year against left-handed pitchers, Rojas is hitting .300, 12 for 40, 4 extra base hits. He's batting .147 though in the month of May. Behind 0-2. Rojas was 0 for 8 in the Brewers series. Played in all 3 games in Milwaukee.
Rockies obviously moved back, playing straight up now. First baseman off the bag.
And that hits him. An 0-2 pitch plunks Rojas, and the bases are loaded for Ohtani.
Bernardino just yanks his pitch, is trying to throw a slider. It looks like it hit the front leg, hit the shin guard. A little below the shin guard. Not a lot of padding right there. Mm.
1-0 . 1-0
Mm. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0
that pop from the home crowd as Ohtani digs in. The bases loaded for the Dodgers in the 7th. No outs. First pitch on the ground to second. Castro. Here's one, the turn. In time for 2. Smith scores on the play. The Dodgers are probably going to want to take a look at this.
Well, Shohei wanted to take a look at it, so you know what? They're going to take a look at it. Shohei asked for it. It's going to happen, I can promise you.
I mean, from our vantage point,
yeah, easy. Yeah, you look easy, safe, right?
Yeah, that's not close.
in the outfield at first base.
So it's going to be a 1-run game and only 1 out in the inning. Laz Diaz going to give the call.
After review, the call's been overturned. The runner stays. Dodgers retain the time.
Batting for the Dodgers. Shortstop, number 50, Mookie Betts.
Well, here you go, EK. You've been talking all night about how tonight this series is set up for this man, Mookie Betts.
Great opportunity right now. 1st and 3rd, 1 out.
First pitch in off the hands, ball 1. It's now 3-2 Colorado. Ha-Seong Kim the tying run for LA on 3rd base with only 1 out. Shohei Ohtani on 1st. Betts in his career has not had any issues with left-handed pitching. And last year, even just 2025, a year that he scuffled, he had .261 against southpaws. But he's 2 for his first 20 against lefties in 2026. Jammed, and he flips one foul. Falling behind 1-2.
Just make it clap.
Ball and a strike on Betts. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Dodgers trying to rally for another comeback win. Down a run in the 7th. There's the second pickoff attempt for Bernardino. Unsuccessful against Ohtani. Here's the 1-2. Betts pulls it in the air to left field. Catch made by Johnson. Kim tagging. Here's the throw. Hail Slate. Sacrifice fly in a tie game. Job done for Betts, and Ohtani also tagged up on the play, going from first into scoring position for Freddie Freeman.
And really a great job of base running by Shohei Ohtani. I mean, he's recognizing that they're going to try and make the play at the plate. Again, Johnson has a good, strong arm, but you're going against Kim, who has as good a speed as anybody in the game. It's just not really a good baseball play.
Freeman belts a ball to right field. It's at the wall. It's off the wall. Ohtani scores, and the Dodgers have grabbed the lead. A cage-rattling double, and a tie-breaking one at that.
This thing just hangs on the inner part of the plate. You're not going to do that to Freddie Freeman. Most important thing of this inning, though, Shohei tagging from first and getting to second base. Probably would have scored on this, but you don't know. But because he was on second base, read that play at the plate. Really great base running.
The Dodgers have turned this game around in the 7th. Another pitching change for the Rockies. Now 4-3 LA. On the mound for Colorado, 4-3 Dodgers. Freeman on second in scoring position for Andy Pages. First pitch change, gets a whiff and strike one. But the Dodgers' big three delivering here in the 7th. 3 consecutive run-scoring plays. An RBI ground out, a sac fly, and an RBI double from Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman. Now Pages rips one to left field. It's hooking, and it's foul.
You know, Nelly, you talk about the big three of the Dodger lineup. The rally started this inning, the 7, 8, 9 hitters getting on. The Dodgers 6 through 9 hitters, first in Major League Baseball in OPS. And it really was them getting things going. The walks, the hit by pitch, the Ohtani tagging from first going to second. A lot of great things to see.
Hills 0-2. Buzzes the tower, upstairs with the fastball.
Going to go with the slider away right now, or you double up with that fastball in. I'd double up with the fastball in. Andy's going to protect away.
Pages punches one into right center field. Freeman waved home. And the Dodgers keep the line moving. 5-3.
Andy knew exactly what they were going to do. They had just thrown a fastball in, predictable to go with that slider away. Again, doubling back up with that fastball may have given Hill a better opportunity. Again, the way Pages has been swinging it this year, all over that. A great at-bat driving in that 2-out run.
Tucker to left, playable for Johnston. And that's the final out of the 7th. But the Dodgers push 4 across, a big crooked number to change this game. Now 5-3 onto the 8th. Freddie Freeman with a ringing double off the wall in right field to give the Dodgers a 4-3 lead. Andy Pages said, we're not going to settle there, boys. There's another 5-3 LA. As we go to the 8th inning, and we welcome you inside the booth. There are Karros and Steven Nelson here. Kirsten Watson down next to the Dodger dugout. And EK, that's the 5th 3+ run inning for the Dodgers in a recent stretch. His last 3 games.
Yeah, I think more than anything, though, the way that started with the bottom part of the lineup, the base running by Shohei, and then obviously the big hits by Freddie and Andy Pages. Pages a great at-bat. Down 2 strikes and sees that slider the other way.
And now the ball handed to Will Klein. His first pitch at 100 miles per hour to start his 17th appearance, an ERA of 2.11. Follows a 100-mile-per-hour fastball with that high sweeper. Rojas remains in the game. He's playing at third base. He was kind of limping around out in the field as the Dodgers were warming up after he was hit with that 2-strike pitch on his front left leg, the bottom part of his leg.
They don't have a choice, though, right? I mean, who else? They've got no other infielders. I mean, he moved Freddie back to third, high school days.
Yeah.
Right.
That's because they had announced Dalton Rushing as a pinch hitter. Still 0-2. Kirsten Watson, what do you got going on down there?
Yeah, I think right now we're just keeping eyes on Max Muncy. He was wrapping his wrist in the dugout. It did seem like there was a conversation that potentially he could be available. Dave Roberts has said that, they're likely going to stay away from him until Wednesday, but he did pick up a bat to get some swings today, and we did see him on the field taking some grounders. He wasn't throwing the ball over, but he is available off the bench, I think, if need be. But I think with the score now, they should be fine without him, guys.
The Dodgers hope that they don't have to rush Muncy back too soon. 1-2 to Goodman. Klein thought that was strike 3. No challenge from Smith. Gets him on the next one. Goodman strikes out for a third time.
Klein going out of the zone and again using this Rocky aggressiveness against him. Max bringing back the old first baseman's glove, huh? Man, maybe I wasn't joking.
I was going to say, I know you were
third.
Joking about Freeman, but I don't know if the Dodgers are aware of that.
Bringing back the El Modena days, right? I mean, next thing you know, Freddie's going to tell him he could pitch too. He could pitch in high school. There's Max.
I'm pretty sure, if not every day, at least once a series, Freddie will stand out on the mound and he'll let some eat for infield work.
Stand on the mound, you said?
Yes, he does that. I'm going to tell Freddie that you doubted him.
I didn't doubt him. I'm just saying, though, but everybody can pitch until they got to go out there and throw and then try and lift their arm the next day.
Okay.
Then that's when everybody goes, this pitching thing might not be all it's made out to be.
Strike 3 called. 100 freezes Julian.
I think Julian wanted to contest that pitch, but remember he had challenged earlier in the game and was not successful.
You can't lose both challenges.
No, and especially in really non-leverage spots.
Strike 1 to Freeman. Tyler Freeman. 5-3 Dodgers in the 8th. Slap to Freeman, will take it himself. What an 8th inning for Will Klein, a shutdown 8th in 1-2-3 fashion. It's Monday, the Dodgers celebrating the 12-year anniversary of Josh Beckett's no-hitter in Philadelphia. Phillies coming to Los Angeles at the end of this week. 12 years? That's hard to believe. And on this Memorial Day in 2026, there was a no-hitter in Major League Baseball, albeit a combined no-hitter. Houston Astros, Tatsuya Imai, Stephen Okert, and Alimber Santa no-hitting the Texas Rangers. First no-hitter in Major League Baseball since September of 2024. Teoscar Hernandez grounds out in the first pitch of the bottom of the 8th. Coming up after the game, Go to Club Ravine and hang out with John Hartung, Jerry Harrison Jr., and Dontrell Willis. It's Access Sports the Dodgers, presented by Mercury Insurance.
Got to be careful. Those guys, they got those nice Nike Dodger jackets on. You think those things make it back to the car and just straight home, huh?
The Dodgers with a 4-run seventh to go from down 2 to up 2. A couple more outs to get some insurance. Will Smith was the man who led off the inning with a walk. Back-to-back walks at the bottom of the order. Then Miguel Rojas was hit by a pitch to load the bases. Three and 1 on Smith. Takes a cut at it and fouls it straight back. Fly ball right to center field. McCarthy drifts over and makes the play. A quick word from Carl's Jr.
Hit the road, Jack. It's the return of the real sourdough star at Carl's Jr.
Second baseman, number 6, Hesong Kim.
Hesong Kim has reached twice and come around to score both times. You know, with Kike Hernandez's activation, there was a question about who's going to be the casualty of the roster crunch. And given the recent offensive struggles for Kim and his ability to be optioned, he was a candidate, but ultimately the team chose to DFA Santiago Espinal. A 1-2-3 bottom of the 8th. The Dodgers still lead 5-3. They need 3 more outs. The Dodger bullpen may have had its scoreless inning streak end tonight, but it's still been a tremendous run. They got a chance for both the decision and a save this Memorial Day, kicking off the series against Colorado. Alex Vesia on the mound for the 9th inning, the 23rd time. Efforting his 3rd save of the season. It's 5, 6, and 7 for the Rockies, starting with Troy Johnston.
And you see those numbers. Johnson hit .325 on the year, but it struggled against left-handed pitching.
Rockies do have a couple of right-handed hitters on the bench, but first an ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile.
Call's confirmed. It's a strike. Colorado's out.
The Rockies 0 for 2 tonight on challenges.
Not a bad challenge, though, in that situation. Obviously, you'd like to be right, but the leverage point big.
One and 2. Roller to the right side. Kim stops with the backhand. Gets it to Freeman for the first out.
Kim doing a nice job getting over there. Freddie again being athletic. Former third baseman doing a nice job.
Second baseman, number 3, Willie Castro.
Kim does a nice job of getting over there. Just wings it over. Freddie getting down. By the way, talking about Freddie playing third base. Started 17
Atlanta,
games
right?
there. 2017. 16.
Strike grounded foul by Castro. The Dodgers up by 2. The Rockies down to their last 2 outs. Emmett Sheehan with the quality start. The first 6 innings. 2 earned runs. Struck out 8. Kyle Hurt gave up a solo home run to Ezequiel Tovar. Bonus strike on Castro. Then Will Klein came in. Another 1-3 inning with 2 strikeouts. Klein last gave up a hit on the 15th of the month. 13 in a row he's sent down, and he struck out 6 of those guys. Good
Nasty,
change.
yeah, nasty change up right there. You back him up with the changeup or go with the high fastball.
That's a pitch that we're seeing a lot more from him recently. It looks like a really good wrinkle.
Well, it's just something else the hitters have to defend.
Loses the fastball up and away. Even count for Castro, 2-2. To left center field. Pages charging. Not going to get there. Wide turn for Castro, but he's going to settle on first. A 1-out single, which will bring the tying run to the plate for the Rockies. And a hitter who's already gone deep tonight in Tovar.
The slider off the end of the bat. Wasn't hit all that hard, but found some space that Andy Pages could not cover, which you don't see very often.
Tovar has driven in 2 of the Rockies' 3 runs tonight. First pitch swung on and fouled away.
This is a home run that Kyle Hurt gave up, the changeup, and Tovar right on top of it. Vesia on this first pitch challenged him with a pitch that Tovar could not handle, but got a good part of the plate.
Oh, 0-2.
That hit that Castro had against Vesia was on a slider. It was the first hit that Alex has allowed all season on that slider. Previously, hitters were 0 for 21 with 12 strikeouts.
Blake Trinan is warming in the Dodger bullpen. Here's the 0-2 from Vesia. Right center field, playable for Pages. 2 out. It'll be up to the rookie Sterling Thompson, who's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts tonight. The 31st overall pick in the 2022 draft. As the Rockies announce the pitch hitter Braxton Fulford. Dave Roberts will make a change. 2 outs in the 9th, 5-3 LA. Blake Trinan will try and get the last one. Tying run coming to the plate for the Rockies. Top of the 9th inning, 5-3 Dodgers. Blake Trinan needs 1 out to record his first save since April 9th of last year.
Yeah, the player's gonna play.
It's the 10th game for Braxton Fulford. Runner goes for second. The Dodgers indifferent to that. Castro now in scoring position. Strike one from Trinan. In the dirt, well picked by Smith.
Yeah, right. Wow. Kind of like a first baseman over there, just boom. Kept having to do with a catcher's glove.
There's a nasty sinker. 1-2. Home crowd to its feet. The Dodgers a strike away. Haxel in for LA. The Dodgers rally with a 4-run 7th. An 18th comeback victory. They take the opener from the Rockies. 5-3 your final score.
Well, you mentioned another comeback victory. Emmett Sheehan did a real nice job giving the Dodgers a quality start. And then, of course, the bottom of the lineup, big contributors. They set the table for that comeback late in the ball game. Huge hits from Freddie Freeman and Andy Pages. And again, I can't say enough about the base running Shohei Ohtani tagging from first going to second. Again, just baseball aptitude at its best. Dodgers, as complete a team as anybody.
And with the Padres losing to Philly at home, the Dodgers get some breathing room in the division. Now up 2.5 games on San Diego. Access Sportsnet Dodgers going to break this one down coming up next. On behalf of Eric Karros, Kirsten Watson, and our crew, Matt Graham producing, Ben Dillenberger directing. I'm Stephen Elson. Thanks for being with us. And thanks to all those who paid the ultimate sacrifice to the Gold Star families. We celebrate you on this Memorial Day.